Hey, good morning, everyone. Hope you're all doing well today. So thanks for taking the time with us in this day 2 of Braze Forge, and hope the last session around Braze community was insightful to you. And a big part of community actually is learning from our customers and like the use cases that we're doing, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So my name, again, is Steven Caminia. I am Group Product Manager for Braze, specifically focused on Canvas and campaigns. And joining me today is Max Pulcini, Director of Marketing and Communications for Everwash. Good morning, Max.
Thank you for having me, and good morning, everybody here.
Of course. So to kick it off, maybe give us a brief introduction of yourself and also of Everwash for those who don't know about it.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I'm Max Pulcini. I'm Director of Direct-to-Consumer Marketing and Communications at Everwash. I've been at Everwash for 5 years now. Was one of the OGs, so to speak, at the company. And what we do is we are the car wash membership app. So we partner with car washes all across the country to create an easy way for car wash operators to generate recurring monthly revenue at their car washes by utilizing a membership program, but also empower car wash customers to find the best valued membership program around them, manage it through the palm of their hand, even activate their car wash using a mobile app.
Very cool. And the title of our session today is Using Technology to Drive More Creative and Impactful Customer Journeys.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a bit more about why that topic is meaningful to you?
It's meaningful on a couple of levels, really. I mean, the car wash industry, for anyone who doesn't know, is really old school. For 100 years, there really wasn't too much change. You have a conveyor belt, you have some soap, you have some water, you might have a guy or two scrubbing your windows at the end. It wasn't until really recently there was a whole lot of investment in new technology, not just in the equipment that goes into car washing, but the technology that goes into operating the washes. And along with that technology has come a sophistication in the type of car wash operator that also exists in the industry. We have a lot of private equity and capital investment coming into the industry more than ever before. And with that kind of sophistication and investment comes the need to leverage next generation technologies to improve the way we can engage with and communicate with members and our wash partners, our clients all around.
Makes sense. And you mentioned like mobile engagement there.
Yeah.
So from your perspective, since the rise of mobile, how have brands needed to, what type of support have they needed to provide customers to make strong relationships?
Yeah, so I think generally speaking, across any industry, mobile has created the need for a couple things. One is more personalization with the customer. When people feel like you're talking to them, it makes everything more engaging, more successful, more conversions on the back end.
Yep.
We also want to create more opportunities to upsell to the customer, especially those that are an active participant with your service. We want to really increase referrals, make it really easy to refer friends, evangelize your user base, and make them your strongest sales force. And last but not least, we want to fulfill any what's in it for me sentiment that the customer may have. It's a really competitive space, especially in car washing. So when we can go above and beyond to serve those customers, especially through mobile delivery and stuff like that, it goes a long way. But specifically in the car wash industry, mobile has turned the industry on its head. Before, you would pull up to a car wash, you would talk to the attendant, you'd say, hey, I want to get the gold wash. You give them a crisp $10 bill, cash, remember that? And you would get your car wash, be on your way.
Yep.
Now, with Everwash, we've done away with the cash transaction, the attendant transaction. Now you just pull up, you scan a QR code at the car wash with your Everwash mobile app, you receive your car wash, you go ahead, you feel good about yourself after you get that wash. You can go in, you can add another vehicle right through that app, you can refer a friend through the app. And then on the back end, there's so many marketing opportunities that you can use with mobile. Leveraging Braze and Canvas Flow, we've implemented email marketing, push notifications, text message marketing. All this stuff lives within the phone and keeps customers more engaged with their car wash than ever before.
Wow. So you mentioned multi-channel with Braze, the different ways of reaching folks. That's a lot. What was it like before Braze? What were you guys doing?
So this is a funny story. We used to have a homegrown system called EverDrip. If anybody out here wants to know how good of a marketer I am, we took Drip Campaign and Everwash, put it together, EverDrip. Genius, I know. But the system was really, it was tough. Mm-hmm. It was very basic, rudimentary. We'd only send emails. And the scariest part is we could only send 800 emails at a time. When we were working with 30, 70, 100 washes, this wasn't that big of a deal. But once we started to scale a little bit, things got scary. I don't know if there's any Lost fans in the audience, but if you remember, there was the guy Damon. He would go in the jungle and he would climb into the hatch, and he'd have to plug in, a couple digits of numbers to not let the world blow up. That's the way it felt for me sending emails at Everwash for the first couple of years. I would be like, okay, get the engineers on the line. Are we going to blow up the world or take down our whole service? Luckily, that didn't happen very often, but it happened on occasion. And that's what really brought the need for us to look into the best CRM partner we could find, and that's where Braze came into play. And so since then, it's been 2 years since we've been fully up and running with Braze, and life is good. life is different and good because of it.
That's really good to hear. And we'll get into your exact Braze use cases in a bit. But maybe before that, maybe talk to us a little bit about the ideation process. So you mentioned you have so many different types of campaigns that you can run. How do you guys think of it? How do you conceptualize it? And then how do you build it?
Yeah, so it may sound a little cliche, but we look at a use case, right? Okay. We look at a specific use case or a type of behavior that we want our customer to achieve. Using the data that we have, we know, for example, that people who use the car wash more often are going to stick around more, right? So when we look at things like, say, an onboarding flow, we look at, we want our customers to use the car wash more often because that makes them stickier. So we then get with our engineers and we say, hey, are there any custom attributes or custom events that we need to be, bringing into account here? If we do, we make sure we input those into Braze. We get our data set, and then we start the strategic process. We look at how would we want this Canvas flow to exist? What is the path that we want people to take? What are the actions we want people to take? I'm pretty much the primary copywriter and headline writer at Everwash, so I'll take on that creative work. While also tasking our graphic design team with creating any art that needs to accompany the message, whether it's an email, whether it's a rich MMS. We then kick it over to my partner in crime, Nash Gowdy, who he's speaking at 10:40. So if you guys want to see the soup to nuts, how we put this stuff together, check Nash out at the second stage. He's a brilliant guy, and then he puts it together, and then we kick it back over to engineering, where we test every Canvas flow that we build in our staging environment. That's a big piece of advice that I'm sure you guys all know, but utilize that staging environment, test, ideate. I still have PTSD from crawling into the hatch and sending only 800 emails at a time, so testing is really important to me and making sure that we're not opening ourselves up to any issues. Once we've tested and we know what kind of results we can expect, we go live, and then we get back with our data team, measure those results, replicate what works, and fix that we can improve.
Wow, yeah, really cross-functional, from engineering to different parts of marketing to the data team, required to put a canvas together.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So maybe let's talk about some specific use cases. So if you could give us a few examples of some of the canvases that you've built, and then maybe we can dive into specifics for one of them after that.
Yeah, for sure. So since leaving Everdrip and moving on to Braze, we've moved all of our cornerstone communications into Braze, and pretty much all of them are going through Canvas Flow right now. That includes new user onboarding, so when someone downloads the app, even before they purchase a membership, we walk them through an experience. Once you've actually found a wash near you and purchased that membership, there's another experience. Once you've canceled, if you cancel, hopefully you don't, but if you do, you go through a robust win-back program that's run through Canvas Flow. We also have various transactional things that run through Canvas that are automated, in addition to running some of our really cool high-level marketing campaigns, especially with some of our channel and affiliate partners such as T-Mobile and SiriusXM.
Cool. Actually, the T-Mobile one's interesting. So with that one, do you get a free car wash if you have a T-Mobile plan?
Yeah, so the way T-Mobile Tuesday works, if any of you are T-Mobile subscribers, you can log into an app called T-Mobile Tuesday every Tuesday, and there's a bunch of different discounts and offers that are available. We partnered with T-Mobile on 2 separate occasions to push our network through this app. The communications that we would run on the back end all ran through Braze. So we knew if someone came in through a T-Mobile Tuesday landing page and they received specific information information and communications that was like, thank you for joining through T-Mobile Tuesday. Here's what your car wash membership can get you. Because unlike people who sign up, say, at the car wash, there's not an attendant there or signage there that really explains the benefits to membership. So we relied on the canvas that we built on the back end of that to get people to not only understand what they just signed on for free or for a heavy discount, but also encourage them to understand the benefits to keeping it and what that can mean for them moving forward.
Makes sense. And really cool use cases for Braze Canvas.
Yeah.
One of the things that I want to dive into is what you mentioned earlier about new user onboarding.
Yeah.
I think that was a really cool use case. Maybe could you walk us through that a bit and tell us more about that?
Yeah, so for us, I mean, we understand that if someone uses the car wash 2 or more times in their first month, we got them hook, line, and sinker. There's a very good chance they're not going to cancel after 30 days. And if we keep people past day 30, we know that we can keep them for about 11 months on average. So with usage being the key thing there, we want to make sure we can encourage as much use as possible in the first 30 days. So when you purchase a membership, we actually check on your usage, the custom attribute of usage. And if we see after day 14 that you've used the wash less than 2 times, the messaging that you'll receive is all based on the value proposition of membership, right? On average, an EverWash membership costs 2 times the cost of a single wash service. So that's why using it 2 times is kind of what we want people to get, to get that value out of it. So if they haven't used it twice, we push them the messaging and says like, hey, do you know what you're missing? Hey, you already paid for essentially 2 washes. Go out and get that car cleaned. And that reminder helps push people to use it more. If they have used it twice already, well, then we know we kind of have them. And now we start pushing things like, here's how you can add an additional vehicle to your membership. Maybe add your wife or your kid's car to your account. Or, refer a friend. Yep. We offer really robust referral benefits. Every member gets $5 back, and the person they receive gets 50% off. So if you have used it twice, we make sure to message that, not just an email, but push and SMS. So that way we get as much out of these members as we possibly can, while also creating a more informed member. It's also cut down on our support calls, because people just kind of know what they're walking into a little bit more than they otherwise would.
Makes sense. And one of the big features of Canvas Flow is the ability to have audience paths and action paths, so that depending on what segment the user's in or what actions they take, you can really tailor the message towards that and make it multi-channel too, which is a big value add as well.
Absolutely.
So maybe more on that one. You mentioned one of the things about like lowered support calls. Have there been other results that you've seen because of your use of Braze Canvas?
Yeah, I mean, every kind of KPI you would want to see improve, we've seen improve. First and foremost, engagement levels are up. We didn't have push notification and text message capabilities beforehand, so obviously those engagements are way up because they started at 0. Yep. But our email engagements, whether it's open rates, they're way higher. Click-through rates, way higher. Bounce rate, deliverability rates are trending in positive directions. And we feel like that's because of the really awesome templates that we can build in Canvas and the beautiful art that we can display to our members. We've seen churn go down. We've seen LTV go up. We've seen monthly recurring revenue per member per month go up. So pretty much everything that you want a subscription membership-based company to improve in, we've improved in, and that's a direct result of what we've been able to do with Canvas Flow.
Cool. Very, very helpful. So maybe to the crowd here who may or may not have built Canvas flows before or may not have heard of it, what advice could you give for folks who want to build multi-part flows? Yeah, so first and foremost, become best friends with your data scientists and your data team. They can unlock the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for you. If you can really understand what behavior causes certain actions that you want to achieve with your members, your data team can uncover that for you and utilize that to build these flows. Figure out what you want the people to do and let the data take you there. My other piece of advice is one of our mantras at EverWash is wash together, win together, and that's kind of based in the network that we're building. It also works within an organization. When you're working together, you're winning together. So just because your team of marketers thinks they know what they're doing
talk to operations, talk to tech, talk to sales, as scary as that may be, and figure out what everybody wants and needs and collaborate on that. Because if you're bringing in everyone's kind of perspective into the room, you may learn a thing or two that you might have otherwise not thought of.
That makes sense. So basically, like, talk to your data, make sure you understand the insights, and then use that to supercharge the campaigns that you're giving to your end users.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So maybe, since we have a little bit more, one thing I wanted to ask you also is, how much do you see the future of this? Like, using Braze Canvas? Like,
Great question.
What else do you want to build in the future? What else are you guys thinking about at Everwash?
Yeah, so, there's other channels that Braze offers that we haven't even tapped into yet. Things like content cards, things like in-app notifications. Those are coming to Everwash really soon, probably beginning of next year. And we're going to use those types of things to even further improve the onboarding flow. When you first open up, you're going to see exactly what value you can get out of this, how to use this, how to refer friends right when you open it up, and not even have to rely on opening that email or opening that push notification. We're looking into means to add gamification to our app. We see what other folks in not just the industries in general, but in car washing and petroleum, there's a lot of gamification with Dutch Bros Coffee, which is a convenience store, or Murphy USA Gasoline, where they have little games that you can get rewards points and stuff like that. So we want to encourage people to, going back to the KPI of usage, right? Give people rewards points for every usage that they have that they can then in turn use to buy credit, or maybe even like things like windshield wipers, different things for your car. Creating a marketplace within our app is something that we want to do moving forward. And Braze is going to be at the center of all these opportunities and capabilities that we want to be unlocking.
Cool. Very good to hear. And I think one other thing I took away from this was with your usage of Braze, it seems to be like just easy. Meaning, like, there are other parts that are around gathering the data, working cross-functionally, but the Braze part of it is like, you set it, you know what you want to do, you can build it all in the platform, which is really, really powerful.
Absolutely. And if I can shout out one more thing, it's the learning at Braze has been amazing for our team. Nash, who I mentioned earlier, make sure you go see him in an hour. He got his Braze certification, and the way he looks at it, Braze is a video game for him. I mean, it's fun, it's easy, and it's something that we get excited to work in every single day. And the product just keeps on improving, the features just keep on coming, and it's been really awesome to grow alongside with Braze, and really Braze has allowed us to scale and grow at the rate that we have. So it's been amazing.
That's awesome. And a really big part of how we've built, or when we were building Canvas Flow, is the ease of use, the efficiency, like the effectiveness. Like, we were really big on that in terms of the features we're building, and we'll continue to do so.
Right on. Well, call me when you got something cool cooking.
Will do. So I think that's the time we have for today. Max, thank you so much for joining us this morning. To the folks in the audience, again, we have a talk from Nash in a little bit that you can also come and see. And also, hopefully this talk was able to give you either, for those who have used Canvas Flow before, insights into what else you can do with it. And for those who haven't tried it before, maybe when you go back to your respective offices, you'll get inspired to try it out the next time you're using Braze. So thank you again for the time. Thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.